All right, so we just paid a visit to Dead Rising. This is a new haunt in an old location. This is a haunt that, for the first time, is done with this particular theme in a location that we've been to for many, many years. At times it was different haunts, Sweet Dreams, House of Nightmares. Now it's Dead Rising, and this is the first year for this one. As the name implies, it's a zombie theme. Basically, you're walking through a zombie house, outdoor area, a garage area, various rooms in a house where you're trying to escape these zombies. I have to say, it's got some detailed sets in there. Good stuff, especially the beginning. The beginning is like a kitchen, and there's a lot of actors in there, a lot of zombie actors. And it's hard to really pull off zombies and make them exciting because zombies don't do much. They do the same thing over and over. So it's really down to the style of the acting. And these actors were good. Not over the top. They didn't really try to get in your face or anything like that. They were pretty effective zombies. There was a nice little scene with a zombie looking through a bloody window. The window had bloody handprints on it. She was just staring through the window, which was pretty clever, I have to say. A couple other rooms that I liked. There was a room with some chain link fences with some zombies behind it trying to get through the fence, and one who did get through but was chained up herself and she couldn't quite get to you. There was another area at the very end, a garage area, where there was a zombie mechanic. He was very interested in what he was doing until he noticed you. And the actor was good because he was sort of paying attention to what he was doing on his workbench, whatever he's doing, wandering around. And then he senses you're going by and he turns around and goes after you in that sort of shambling way. And of course, there are other rooms in there that are quite enjoyable. One thing that really wasn't great, as you know, we're not really fans of the dark mazes, and there is a large dark maze at the end of this that really has no actors in it, nothing in it. It's just a dark maze, and you wander around. The corridors are quite narrow. Wound up bumping into the walls quite often, not because I couldn't see, just because the corridors, the turns were very, very short and narrow. So that, not my favorite thing, I have to say. And also, it's kind of short. If you subtract the dark maze and you subtract the intro, there's a video intro in the beginning. It's really only about 5 minutes long. And that's really kind of short for the price. It's $12 to get in there. It's a little bit of short haunt, but I did like the set design. I did like some of the acting. So I'm going to give it a 3. I'm going to give it a generous 3. There's room for improvement there, but I did like what I saw so far.
I liked it. I mean, I know it's changed several times, I mean, since I've been going. And the beginning of it has a video, which kind of introduces and it kind of gives you a backstory about what's going on and what you're going to go through. And like Brian said, I did like the first room with multiple actors, the girl with the against the window. But there's one thing, I mean, there are other rooms too that I liked, but there is one thing that I never really seen before in a haunt. A lot of them have elevators, where you go in the elevator and it shakes you around. But the thing that was unique about this one that I've never seen, I really liked it, was you get in the elevator and there's elevator music playing. So this is like a regular elevator music, and then of course then you get shaken up. But then as soon as it's done doing its thing, the elevator music comes back on again. So I thought that was pretty cool. I like that. That was like a nice touch and something I've never seen before. And then of course, like I said, I know the rooms that Brian mentioned, I thought they were really good. And they had a fireplace room when someone came out. And of course, it is zombies. But I have to give credit to the actors because they did the zombie thing pretty well. I mean, usually with zombies, I'm like, oh, you can only do so much with it. But these actors really did play the parts well. And as far as, as we went through and everything, there was when you go outside, there's an outdoor part before you go into, of course, the dark maze. But when you go outside, of course, there's a zombie to your left, which, like I said, the actors are pretty good at doing the zombie thing. But there's like a swing, and there's like, you see a little girl, and you have to do like a double take because it almost looked real, but it's actually not real. It's like a doll, like an animatronic doll on a swing. But like I said, it was really creepy. It had that creepy effect. So that I like too. Of course, then it goes to the dark maze. But I also got to give credit to the actors, the entertainment, like the outside entertainment. I mean, they were great. There was the nail man. Pulls a nail out of his nose, which was pretty cool. And then this other guy, like a hazmat type guy with a mask on his face, zombified. And they were, the outside entertainment was great. I really enjoyed them. Even the other ones, the zombies walking around when he left the haunt, they're coming after him and doing their slow walk, and I did enjoy it. As far as how they put it together. And once again, I know it's a first year haunt in that spot because it was other ones before, and they're new to this, and I can see it, I can see it getting bigger and better every year. So, but I am going to give it, I'll say 3 chainsaws though. I mean, just because it is a little short, and then I'm not a big fan of the dark maze. So, but otherwise, everything, like I said, there are a lot of things I did like about it. So 3 chainsaws for me.